anybody had told Linda that the same poor boy she slapped like a stubborn goat in front of the home market would one day step out of a private jet on her engagement day, she would have folded her arms, raised her shoulders and said, "Abeg, stop that joke. Poor man no dey fly jet." But life had already prepared a hot lesson that would remove pride from her blood by force.
It started on a day that was supposed to be full of joy. Drums were beating, women dancing with wrapper tied tightly on their waist, sweat shining on their faces as they moved their hips like fire. Children ran everywhere, licking ice cream and shouting, "Auntie Linda got married today." Palm wine guards were passing from hand to hand. Smoke from suya and grilled fish curled into the sky. It was as if the entire town of Umuada came out to witness Linda's rise into big woman life. Linda came out from the house with the slow, calculated steps of a queen. Her dress sparkled like sunlight. Her makeup was the kind that could make somebody fall in love by mistake. Her wig was so straight and expensive that even the breeze didn't dare push it too far. Everywhere she walked, people stopped to stare. Phones rose, cameras clicked. The MC shouted into the microphone, "Make some nice for our beautiful bride-to-be, Linda, the pride of Umuada." And the crowd screamed back. Inside her heart, pride sat like a king on a throne. She smiled at her reflection on people's glasses. She waved slowly like someone greeting subjects. Her fiancé, Ikechukwu, the politician's son, had gone to the airport to receive his important friends. Linda repeated the line proudly to anyone who asked, stressing the English so it would sound sweeter. "He went to pick some dignitaries," she said. "Make una no worry, una go soon see private jet things." People laughed and clapped. The whole town felt like it was floating. But life has a special way of turning joy into silent shock. Because just when the celebration was its loudest, the sound came, a deep humming from far away, then closer, then shaking the air so intensely that even the DJ paused his music. Children pointed at the sky, women held their gele, men stood up from their chairs. Waiting the happen. Now plane be that? No, sea size, now jets. Within seconds, people were running toward the field behind Chief Okonkwo's compound. Dust rose like angry spirits. The wind from the jet's engine scattered wrappers, pushed plates, lifted hats. The whole place trembled. Linda's heart started beating fast. Tight excitement wrapped around her chest. "This must be Ike," she whispered to herself. "My fiancé is so much." The jet landed smoothly, white and shining under the sun. The engine went quiet. The town held its breath. The jet's door opened. A tall man in a black suit stepped out first, adjusting his glasses like someone used to attention. Then another man followed him behind. He was tall, dark, calm, a face that carried quiet dignity. He wore a navy blue suit that fitted perfectly, the kind only wealthy men wear without showing off. His shoes shone like they never touched dust. Two more men stepped out after him carrying bags. The entire crowd gasped. Then someone shouted, wait, no be that poor boy where Linda slapped for market." The reaction shot through the field like electric currents. People screamed, "What? Ah, God is wonderful. See transformation." Linda froze. Her smile disappeared. Her breath caught in her throat. That voice dragged a memory she wanted to bury forever. Because before this jet, before this man arrived in glory, there was another day, a martyred day she wished she could erase. Hot sun, no breeze, noise everywhere, women shouting prices, children running around with dirty hands, goats making noise as if they wanted to announce themselves. Linda had stormed out of the tailor shop shouting about her engagement dress. "How can you sew this rubbish for me? Do you know who I am? I cannot wear clothes that looks like abandoned curtain." She adjusted her bag dramatically and walked toward her car, wanting everyone to see her anger. Then it happened. A young man carrying a heavy sack tried to pass behind her. Maybe the load was too heavy. Maybe he miscalculated. His shoulder brushed her arm. Just a simple brush. But Linda turned like someone activated fire inside her stomach. Are you mad? Is something wrong with you? Do you know who you are touching? The young man quickly dropped his sack, his breath heavy, sweat on his forehead. His shirt was faded, his trousers dusty, his shoes clearly tired from too much walking. He said sorry gently and say, "Na mistake." The slap landed before he finished. Sharp, loud, disrespectful. The market went silent instantly. People stared. Their karawan and paused that frying mid-air. Even a goat stopped chewing. "Sorry for yourself," she snapped loudly. "Shift, you are blocking my air." He shook his head once, picked up his sack and walked away. No argument, no insult, just a calm dignity that made Linda look even more arrogant. The market women whispered, "This get to get pride oh. One day she go see person with pride nothing intimidates." But gossip faded as the engagement preparations swallowed the town. Nobody expected the slap to return with thunder. Now, here he was, stepping out of a private jet like someone the world respected. The man that carried a sack that day, the man she called dirty, the man she insulted publicly. He walked into the compound and people moved away on their own, giving him space like royalty. Shifokonkwo stood up, his red cap in place. Even he looked confused but impressed. The man approached Linda, removed his sunglasses slowly and looked right into her soul. "Good afternoon, ma," he said in the same calm voice from that day. "Nice to see you again." Her legs trembled, her palms went cold.
Before she could speak, another familiar voice shouted from behind, "My brother, you don't land!" It was Ikechukwu, her fiancé. He rushed forward and hugged the man tightly. The town screamed again, "Jesu! They know each other! I won't faint! My God!" Linda felt her heart drop to her stomach. "You two know each other?" she asked weakly, voice barely coming out. Ikechukwu laughed proudly. "No, this is the man I told you about, oh, my company's biggest investor, the owner of the jet, my business partner, Mr. Chike Nwafo." Linda's ears rang. Chike, the same name market women whispered that day. Her knees almost buckled, but the word wasn't done with her embarrassment. Mama Nkechi, the fish seller, pushed forward. "Na Linda slap am for market that day like he dey flog thief." The crowd exploded. "Linda, she slapped this man? Her own don finish." Ikechukwu's smile dropped like stone. His voice became slow, cold. "Linda, is it true?" Tears were already forming in her eyes. "Ike, I didn't know. I didn't know who he was." "You slapped him?" he asked again, not loudly, but the disappointment cut like bleed. She couldn't talk. Her shame choked her words. Chike looked at her calmly. "You asked me that day if you knew who you were. Today, I came to see if you know who you are." Her legs finally gave way. She fell to her knees right then, her sparkling dress. Tears washed her makeup into streaks. Her wig shifted. Pride peeled off her like old skin. "I'm sorry," she sobbed. "Chike, please. Ike, please. I was foolish. I was proud. I didn't mean." But karma had already taken a chair. Ikechukwu took one step back. How you treat people who have nothing to offer you is your true character. She reached for him. "Ike, please, I will change. I swear." He shook his head. Pain filled his eyes, but decision filled his voice. "I cannot marry you." Gasps broke everywhere. Someone dropped a plate. A baby started crying. Even the wind paused. Linda collapsed fully, chest shaking. Chike didn't smirk. He didn't laugh. He didn't celebrate. He just turned away quietly, the same way he walked away the day she slapped him. Because his rise was never about revenge. Life simply made sure she sat in front of her own reflection. For days after, The town roasted Linda like fresh groundnut. Person wey get pride not dey reach front. You never know who God don package blessing inside. No ever use person condition take insult am. Linda locked herself inside for a long time, crying until her heart felt empty. Her mother sat beside her one morning. "My daughter," she said softly, "your tears will not change what happened. Pride disgraced you. Only humility will rebuild you." "How do I start?" she whispered. "Start from the ground," her mother answered. "Serve, help, learn." So she did. Weeks later, people were shocked to see Linda at the youth center wearing simple clothes, tying scarf instead of wig. She greeted people with respect. She carried loads for old women. She washed plates after events. She helped children with homework. She cleaned the market on sanitation days. She apologized to people she had once insulted. Some laughed at her. Some mocked her. Some recorded her secretly. But she didn't stop. Every time her pride tried to rise, she remembered that jet, that crowd, that moment her knees hit the earth. Months passed. One bright afternoon, the youth center buzzed with excitement. A brand new set of computers arrived, donated by none other than CN International Holdings. Children shouted, touching the screens like magic. Linda was arranging chairs when she heard a familiar voice behind her. "So you really came to work?" She turned slowly. Her heart skipped. He looked the same, calm, neat, confident. But there was a softness in his eyes now. "Yes," she said quietly. "I'm trying. I've heard. This town spreads gist fast." She smiled a little. "They used my disgrace to drink garri." He laughed softly. "I'm not here to remind you of the past." "Then why did you come?" He looked at the children laughing at the computers. "To build something better than my pain," he said. "Life gives us two choices. Use our story as a weapon or as a seed." Her eyes softened. "I want to choose seed. I don't want pride to be my identity again. There's hope for you. Just remember, respect no be gift for rich people. Now right for everyone who has breath." "I will remember," she promised. And she did. Linda never got the glamorous politician life she dreamed of. Months later, she met someone different. A simple school teacher who saw her not through the shine of wealth, but through the kindness growing inside her. Their home wasn't rich, but it had peace. As for Chike, he continued rising, quietly blessing people, building schools, creating opportunities. Anytime he visited Umuada, people greeted him with the respect that came from the heart. In the evenings, under the mango tree, elders repeated the story. Never in your life look down on anybody. The person you call nothing today fit land with a jet tomorrow. And someone always added in pidgin, "Character no dey hide, even if you wear am gold." Because in the end, the real thing that disgraced Linda was never the slap. It was the poverty that lived inside her heart, and life made sure the whole world saw it.